Bantam Doubleday Dell Audio Publishing presents The Last Command, Book 3 in the Star Wars Cycle by Timothy Zahn. Gliding through the blackness of deep space, the Imperial Star Destroyer Kimura pointed its mighty arrowhead shape toward the dim star of its target system and prepared itself for war. "All systems show battle ready, Admiral," the comm officer reported from the portside crew pit. "The task force is beginning to check in."
"Very good, Lieutenant." Grand Admiral Thrawn nodded. "Inform me when all have done so." "Captain Pellaeon?"
"Sir?" Pellaeon said, searching his superior's face for the stress the Grand Admiral must be feeling. The stress he himself was certainly feeling. This was not just another tactical strike against the rebellion, after all. After nearly a month of frenzied preparations, Thrawn's master campaign for the Empire's final victory was about to be launched. But if the Grand Admiral was feeling any tension, he was keeping it to himself.
"Begin the countdown," he told Pellaeon.
"Yes, sir." Pellaeon turned back to the aft bridge hologram pod, where a group of one-quarter-sized holographs of the captains of the task force ships stood awaiting orders. "Gentlemen, launch marks." As Pellaeon gave each captain his departure time, each image in turn sputtered and vanished as each captain raised his ship's deflector shields, cutting off long-range communications.
"The timetable appears to be running smoothly,"
Thrawn said when Pellaeon finished and returned to his command station.
"The Stormhawk reports that the guide freighters launched on time with tow cables functioning properly, and we've just intercepted a general emergency call from the Andu system."
"The bellicose and its task force right on schedule." "Any response, sir?" Pellaeon asked.
"The rebel base at Ord Padron acknowledged. It should be interesting to see how much help the rebels send."
Pellaeon nodded. The rebels had seen enough of Thrawn's tactics by now to expect a feint, and to respond accordingly. But on the other hand, they could hardly afford to ignore an attack force consisting of an Imperial Star Destroyer and 8 Katana Fleet dreadnoughts. They would send a few ships to Andu to fight the bellicose, and a few more to Filve to fight the Judicator, and a few more to Krondra to fight the Nemesis, and so on and so on. By the time the Death's Head hit the base itself, Ord Padron would be down to a skeleton defense and screaming for all the reinforcements the rebellion could scramble. And that was where those reinforcements would go, leaving the Empire's true target ripe for the picking. As he contemplated their plan, Pellaeon looked out the forward viewport at the star of the Yukio system dead ahead. With planetary shields able to hold off all but the most massive turbo-laser and proton torpedo bombardment, conventional wisdom held that the only way to subdue a modern world was to put a fast-moving ground force down at the edges and send them overland to destroy the planetary shield generators. That bit of military wisdom would fall today, along with Yukio itself. Thrawn consulted his chrono.
"I suppose we'd better confirm that our exalted Jedi Master is ready to do his part."
Pellaeon hid a grimace. A month ago, Joruus C'baoth had proclaimed himself the true heir to the Empire. They'd also learned that this C'baoth was in actuality the insane clone of the long-dead Jedi Master C'baoth. Pellaeon didn't like talking to the man any more than Thrawn did, but he might as well volunteer. If he didn't, it would simply become an order. "I'll go, sir," Pellaeon said. Pellaeon felt the mental summons the moment he stepped beyond the force protection of the Isalimiri scattered about the bridge on their nutrient frames. Fighting C'baoth's mental pressure to hurry, he made his way down to Thrawn's command room. The chamber was brightly lit as C'baoth liked it.
"Oh, Captain Pellaeon,"
Sabath beckoned him from the double display ring in the center of the room.
"I've been waiting for you. I take it Grand Admiral Thrawn is finally ready?"
"Almost," Pellaeon said. "We want to clear out Ord Pradran as much as possible before we move." Sabath snorted.
"You continue to assume the New Republic will dance to the Grand Admiral's tune."
A signal from the display ring saved Pellaeon from the need to reply. "We're moving," he told Sabath, starting a mental countdown of the 76 seconds it would take to reach the Yukio system from their position, and trying not to let Sabath's words get under his skin.
"He will not always be right,"
Sabath said into Pellaeon's musings. This casual invasion of his thoughts made Pellaeon's skin crawl. "You don't have any concept of privacy, do you?"
"I am the Empire, Captain Pellaeon."
Sabath's eyes glowed with a dark, fanatical fire.
"Your thoughts are a part of your service to me."
"My service is to Grand Admiral Thrawn." Sabath smiled.
"Oh, you may believe that if you wish. But to business. True Imperial business. When the battle is over, Captain Pellaeon, I want a message sent to Wayland."
"Announcing your imminent return, no doubt." Sabath had been insisting for nearly a month now that he would soon be going back to his former home on Wayland, where he would take command of the cloning facility in the Emperor's old storehouse inside Mount Tantis.
"Oh, do not worry, Captain Pellaeon. When the time is right, I will indeed return to Wayland, which is why you will contact Wayland after this battle is over and order them to create a clone for me. A very special clone. You will, of course, impress upon the garrison commander there that this must be done in total secrecy."
"I will do nothing of the sort," Pellaeon thought, but he heard himself say instead, "Yes." The word shocked him, but he certainly didn't mean it. On the contrary, as soon as the battle was over, he'd be reporting this little incident directly to Thrawn.
"You will also keep this conversation between ourselves. Once you have obeyed, you will forget it even happened."
"Of course," Pellaeon nodded, just to shut Sabath up. Yes, he'd report this to Thrawn, all right. Pellaeon's mental countdown reached 0, and on the main wall display the planet Yukio appeared. "We should put up a tactical display, Master Sabath." Sabath waved a hand.
"As you wish."
Pellaeon reached over the double display ring and touched the proper key, and in the center of the room the holographic tactical display appeared. The Kimura was driving toward high orbit above the sunside equator. The 10 Katana Fleet dreadnoughts of its task force were splitting up into outer and inner defense positions, and the Stormhawk was coming in as backstop from the night side. Other ships, mostly freighters and other commercial types, could be seen dropping through the brief gaps Yukio ground control was opening for them in the planet's energy shield, a hazy blue shell surrounding the planet. 2 of the blips flashed red. They were the guide freighters from the Stormhawk, looking as innocent as all the rest of the ships scurrying madly for cover. The 2 freighters, and the 4 invisible companions they towed.
"Invisible only to those without eyes to see them," Sabath murmured.
"So now you can see the ships themselves, can you?" Pellaeon growled. "How Jedi skills grow." He'd been hoping to irritate Sabath a little, but it was a futile effort.
"I can see the men inside your precious cloaking shields," the Jedi Master said placidly. "I can see their thoughts and guide their wills. What does the metal itself matter?"
The intercom beeped.
"Captain Pellaeon."
"We're ready, Admiral."
"Stand by. Tow cables detaching now." "Oh, they are free," Sabath said. "They are under power, moving now to their appointed positions." "Confirm that the tow cables are beneath the planetary shield."
For the first time, a hint of the old strain crossed Sabath's face. Hardly surprising, with the cloaking shield preventing the Kimura from seeing the cruisers, and at the same time blinding the cruisers' own sensors. The only way to know exactly where they were was for Sabath to do a precise location check on the mines he was touching.
All 4 ships are...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?